All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Angela. This is a tarot reading channel, and we're going to begin with Aries today, okay? All right, so let's begin. I already have some cards that fell as I was shuffling the deck, and we'll look at those in a minute. I actually want to see if we can get some words in here for you guys. Maybe something that'll resonate with you. Okay, if you haven't watched any of my videos before, I see, feel, and hear. So there's no telling what to come out. I always give you the first thing that pops in my head. I don't question it, or I try not to. And as it comes out, we try to unpack it together, okay? All right, so Bumble. And I don't know if it's Bumblebee, Bubblegum, not Bumblegum, Bumblebee, or what the deal is, but I heard Bumble. I don't want to stick B in there because I didn't hear the B part. I just heard Bumble, so I'm going to leave it there. I see treats, but like a cereal. So maybe there's something going on with treat cereal for some of you guys. Like, I'm very serious right now. That's what I seen flash in my head. Believe. Scratch. Maybe it was attach. I don't know. I missed that one. It flew by so fast. Scratch or attach. I don't know. I know those are two totally different things. My mind wandered. I got my own way. So it flashed so quick. And as it flashed, I heard it, but I think I misheard. So I don't know if it was scratch or attach. I don't know. I'm not going to try to dig into it. Take both of those. Let me know in the comments if you understand what either one of them mean. We have Bumble, Tricks, and Believe. That's it. All right. Thank you. Okay. So let's now talk about the cards that fell. Let's start here. Look at ancestors, and they fell twice. They fell one time, I put them back, and then they fell again. The same group fell again, and I had shuffled. So yeah, these are important for somebody. Look at ancestors. You have people that are jealous. Stop asking and try to put water next to the bed. Okay, so we'll start with this one. Try to put water next to your bed. So get a jar, fill it with water, and if you have a problem that you're pondering, I'm hearing an unclear situation that you have going on with another person. Okay, this would be an unclear situation. So there's confusion around a relationship. Try to put a glass of water, jar of water, glass of water, doesn't matter as long as it's in glass. It could be a bowl next to your bed. Ponder on, I'm hearing the word ponder, and I don't use that word, so think about the situation, okay, that you're needing clearance on. And as you're looking into the water, as you're holding the water, putting your consciousness into the water, okay? And then in the morning, you should have clarity, okay? That's how that works. And then you have stop asking. So, okay, when I read the card, stop asking, and I looked at it, I got, you start knowing. So some of you guys are asking about certain things in life. I don't know what they could be right now. I didn't dig into it, but you're asking about situations, could be people, places, or things, situations in your life. You're asking for signs and guidance, and it's saying stop asking and know. You have a knowing in you. You know what to do already. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. You know what to do already, so do it. Okay. You have people that are jealous in your life somewhere. Some of you guys have people that are jealous and they're going to try to bring you down. Do not fall for it. Do not listen to it. The only reason they're putting you down right now, whoever this is, whoever I'm resonating with, speaking to, you have somebody in your life that's putting you down for your beliefs. Okay, for whatever your beliefs are right now. And it could be because your beliefs have changed recently. I feel like that's the case. There's two contradictory belief systems, yours and theirs. And they're trying to make you feel bad for what you believe. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Just ignore it. And you also got look at ancestors. So some of you guys need to look back through now, I don't know what it is you have going on. It could be an addiction. It could be some type of, there's something going on in your life that you believe is coming from people in the past. I don't know what it is. I'm not picking up on what the situation actually is. So if you understand what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But you've been thinking, okay, got you. You've been thinking about, did this come from mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whatever? It could be an illness. It could be an addiction. It's a situation. It's something that you believe came from people that raised you. I'm hearing people that raised you. I don't know if that means something for somebody. It's something that you believe came from your family line, okay? And you're onto something. You are onto something. That may very well be the case. So keep going, okay? Because you got look into your ancestors. So whatever you're thinking, I think you're on the right track. Okay, and then the card blessings fell out. Okay, blessings are gifts. Oh, I thought my incense fell. I'm sorry. Blessings are gifts from the universe. Receive and share them. So some of you guys are going to be coming into what you've been trying to manifest, okay? Blessings, what you've been trying to manifest. Your karma's getting paid up. And you're going to be coming into these gifts they're going to feel like gifts from the universe, okay? And it's saying, open up to receive them and then share them with others. So when you receive them, don't be greedy, okay? Share them with others. And you're going to think okay. The term I just said, a gift from God, will hit you when you receive this blessing, okay? You're going to say, oh, this is a gift from God. That's how you'll know, okay? That's how you'll know. That'll be your blessing. All right, Aries, so let's go. Let's get into the cards. All right. Can I get clear and concise messages, please, for Aries when he challenging situations, and then cards of guidance, please. All right. So let's go. Looking for Aries, challenging situations, and then for next week. I'm sorry, next week. There we go. And then cards of guidance. All right, so let's see what we got so far. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take it because it didn't flip all the way. Okay. Ten of Swords, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Okay, well, this is falling right into you guys, the card you got a while ago. That, yeah, some people are jealous. You're facing a lot of jealous people right now. Something good is going on in your life, and a lot of people don't want to see it happen, okay? You cannot let these people get to you. We have the Three of Cups, which tells me that for a lot of you guys, it's going to be in the friend area. We have the Five of Swords. See the crows and the one chattering in his ear? For some of you guys, you're letting them get into your head. You're letting them get into your head. They're thinking of you as a certain way. Maybe they're thinking of you as stingy or greedy or just out for yourself. You're selfish. Being about yourself does not make you selfish, okay? It's when you when you harm other people or are taking away from other people. That makes you selfish. Just thinking about yourself, opportunities for yourself, things you want for yourself does not make you selfish, okay? But for some reason, these people are trying to make you believe that you are selfish, okay? And if you resonate with that, let me know in the comments. Queen of Wands, but you are not. You know what you want and you know how to get there. That's what this Queen of Wands is saying. Then we have the Page of Wands. This is young, fast energy, okay? I was looking at this page when it came out. Okay. This has never happened before. This is new. This is something new that came across this card. See the swirl behind her? You see that? That looks like a portal to me. Some of you guys have opened something. You have opened something. And I don't mean in a bad way, like you've opened some kind of demon crap. That's not what I mean. You have opened something in your life. You are coming to realize something about yourself. That's why all these people are jealous. You are coming to realize something about yourself, and it is paying off. It is showing out. You have a glow. And I don't want to say glow up. I'm not using that. I'm hearing it, but I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm letting you know that I hear it, but we're not going there. You have something about you that's changing right now, and people are jealous. And you see this Ten of Swords, that tells me that jealousy, the jealousy they're feeling on what you have going on, what you're producing, what you're manifesting, what you're going through, the blessings you're bringing in, the stuff that they're trying to put on you, the bad feelings, the jealousy, the envy, the control, whatever it is coming to an end. They won't be able to do this for long, okay? They're not going to be able to do this for long at all, okay? And I don't know how long this has been going on. How long have you been going through this? But you went through a shift, okay? You've went through a shift in your beliefs, a shift in your reality. You've gone through a shift. And then we have the Four of Swords. This is past energy. I'm going to tell you now. This is because when I seen this and I looked down, it said you were. So that's how you were in the past. You're not now. You were very melancholy, very, not depressed, but sad. You were saddened by, what were you saddened by? Six of Swords. Some of you guys are going to be leaving. You're going to be leaving whatever this relationship is, the jealousy, the envy, the hate, the control. You're going to be leaving that behind. And I feel like it's a friend group. It's a friend group. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. It's all about tangible assets, okay? Tangible things. Pentacles are tangible things. So this is also past energy. For some reason, there was something in the material that had you feeling like you couldn't move on. You couldn't move to where you are now. This is past energy. This was like maybe weeks, months, years. I don't know. However long you've been working on whatever just came through for you. And if it hasn't came through yet, it's coming. It's right around the block. Whatever you were trying to manifest, whatever this tangible thing is, had you feel like you couldn't do it. And it could be a job, it could be a person, it could be a home, it could be anything, tangible things, but it had you locked in. Had you locked into place where you thought you could not create or manifest the things you want. You could not change your belief system, right? But you have. You have. It has come to pass. You have. And you know what? I do see you leaving the jealous behind, but I believe this card is speaking something different to me now. This card is speaking something different. This card is saying you moved on from whatever this situation was, whatever had you locked in place, whatever had control over you, this tangible situation, see, feel, and touch, whatever it is that had you thinking you couldn't move on, you couldn't change your beliefs, you couldn't get past a certain situation. Well, you have. You've moved on from it. And if you hadn't yet, you will in the near future. Okay. You are moving on. And again, Jealousy. People are seeing it. People are seeing and they are noticing. Okay. Three of Swords. What's this Three of Swords about? Okay. It's not going to be easy. This moving on from whatever this was that had you locked in the past, where you couldn't change anything about your reality, it had you set in place. It's not going to be easy. Okay, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. The letting go of certain people and situations in your life is going to be hard. Okay, and there may be tears. There may be fighting. There may be grief. There may be loss. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be an easy situation. We have the Eight of Wands sitting here. This is about knowledge for me and new incoming knowledge. So there's something that you don't even see coming yet. Okay, you don't even see it yet. All this stuff that you have going on, well, guess what? There's more coming. And it's usually good knowledge, like helpful knowledge. I don't see this being anything nefarious. It's just something, it's something that you didn't know. And I believe it's going to give you a big push. Okay, a big push. Now I'm talking to the ones that have not seen the change yet. You have not seen the manifestation come. You have not seen the change in belief. You have not been able to break away from that Five of Pentacles. Okay, it still has you locked in. There's something coming next week that's going to break you free. This is freedom. Okay, this is freedom. This is energy that's going to break you free whenever this comes. Okay, and it could be associated with this Three of Swords. Whatever you find out about, whatever it is that has you locked in, it's going to snap. Okay, the straw that breaks the camel's back is going to snap. That's it. It's a wrap. You're going to be gone, because then you're looking at death and rebirth. And for me, the Tower is about death of the material. Okay, things crumbling around you. Death and rebirth is about death of the inside, the ego, the old you. So death and rebirth is sitting here. So that tells me that everything we just talked about, by the end of next week, at least by the end of next week, you will be seeing the new you. You'll be seeing things changing. Prosperity coming in where there weren't any. Love coming in where there weren't any. Joy coming in where there weren't any. Creativity coming in where all of the things that we try to find in life that is so hard for so many people to find, it's coming your way. Okay, it's coming your way. That's why people are so jealous, because either it's already started for some of you guys, okay, and not too long ago. I'm speaking of, you may have been trying for years and years, but you're just starting to see a crack. Okay, you're just starting to see energy move. It's just starting to become motion, in motion, okay, where it was froze, okay, and they see this. Or I'm speaking to somebody that is still trying to breathe it into existence. You're still trying to speak it into the 3D, and they also see that. They see your willpower. They see you're changing things. They notice it. They'll notice the change in you before you notice the change in you. Okay? And they're jealous. And you're going to have to let some of these people go. Okay? All right. Let's get one of these cards, and then we're going to call it for Aries. Can we get a card of guidance, please, for our Aries out there? Okay. Ego driven. Okay. So let's see what it says. Ego will fight to keep you small, pretending you're above everyone else. When being right matters more than being real, your evolution stalls. That's where you have been. That is where you have been. Evolution stalls. That Five of Pentacles. That's where you were sitting. You were stuck. Something was stuck, okay? And this is saying it had to do with your ego. It could very well have. I don't know, okay? But if we go by this card, then yes, it had to do with your ego. You were trying to be above everybody, above everything. You didn't want to listen. You didn't want to learn your way or the highway. But things have changed. You have started to see another way, believe another way. That's what I'm saying. You have put the wheels in motion, okay? You have put the wheels in motion. The energy is cracking. It's moving. And like I said, other people will see it before you will. Other people will notice it before you will. Okay? And they're jealous. They either already see it happening or they sense it's coming. Okay? And jealousy is oozing out of them. All right, Aries, that was a great reading. You guys have a great and wonderful day. And don't forget, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. Like I always say, it's a long, hard climb up that YouTube mountain. It doesn't cost a penny to subscribe, like, and share. This does YouTube. Hey, we like her, show her videos. It is hard. All right. All right. Now, you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye. All right. Hello, Taurus. My name is Angela. This is a tarot reading channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We have some cards that already fell during the pre-shuffle, and I have some words that I channeled when I started the Aries reading. And this can go for Taurus Sun, Moon, or Rising. I don't put a cap on who should watch what. You feel free to browse and watch all your signs all through this video, okay? So the words are bumble, tricks with an X, like the trick cereal. I seen that plain as day. That may mean something for somebody. Believe, and then scratch and attach. I had a problem bringing that one through. My mind was wandering and it flashed through so quick. I'm not sure which one I heard, scratch or attach, okay? And then as I was doing the Taurus, doing the Taurus shuffle, home came through, H-O-M-E, home. So I wrote that down. All right, now let's talk about the cards that fell through during the pre-shuffle. So you have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Sun, you have Temperance, and you have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so right here, okay, right here, the Eight of Pentacles for me is you have a lot of things going on. Okay, whether it's at home or at work, doesn't matter. You have a lot of things happening. A jack of all trades. And then the Sun card. Only a few of these things, okay, are actually your soul's calling. All these things you're trying to attempt to do, you need to start narrowing it down. Your soul is calling you. And I'm going to tell you why and how I know this in just a second. But your soul is calling you to only a few of these things, okay? You're trying a bunch of different things and all you're doing, you are confusing yourself, okay? You're confusing yourself. And then we have Temperance and the Eight of Wands. Temperance is patience, of course. But I feel like this is saying you've been very impatient. We have a reverse meaning here. Very impatient in the things you're trying while you're trying to find your soul's calling. Okay, you're not having patience with yourself, patience with the universe, patience with how things roll here, how things are manifested into 3D. There's a time lag. We are not instant manifestors. Okay, it doesn't work that way because of our conception of time. So there's a problem here, a problem with patience. Okay, and then these two cards fell as I was looking at these and shuffling. These two decks, we have cards that fell. More patience is required, okay? That's how I know I was on the right track with what I was seeing, feeling, and hearing with these cards. More patience is required. And then I wrote down here, show compassion to other, which is other people. Showing compassion to other, which when I say other, I mean other people other than yourself, is very hard. For you, showing compassion for other people is very hard right now because you're so impatient with yourself. Okay? You're so impatient with yourself. So it's like a mirror. You're impatient with yourself, so you're going to be impatient with others. It's just mirroring back. Okay? And then gratitude fell. We have the gratitude card. Appreciation, thank you, cherish. This is something that you're not doing enough of. Okay? I don't care what you try to convince yourself of, what you tell others you're doing, but I know I'm feeling the energy, I'm feeling into it, and you're not doing enough gratitude work. Okay? When I say gratitude work, I mean being thankful for the things you do have. Even if it's not the best of anything, the best car, the best house, the best kids, the best schools. Even though it's not the best, you need to start being grateful for what you do have. Okay? And then watch the energy move. That's when the energy is going to begin to shift. When you break being so impatient with yourself, others, and the universe, okay? You have such a tight freaking grip, such a control issue right now that nothing can move. Nothing can shift. Nothing can turn. Nothing can manifest. The energy is stuck. Okay? And then we have awakening. Okay? Awakening feel. Awakening is the process of discovering your true self, which is what you're trying to do, Taurus. You're trying to discover your true self, but you're not giving it any breathing room. Okay? You're not giving any breathing room. Okay, how can I explain this? Help me out because I know what I'm hearing, but I need to put this in a way that it can be relatable. You know there's a calling beyond what you're doing now. Whatever it is you're doing, Taurus, I don't know. But you know recently, maybe in the last year or so, okay, I'm going to pull it back a year, that you're feeling a calling for something more on your life, your legacy, while you're here, things you'll leave your kids, or, you know, not like tangible things, but like legacy things, your legacy, what you were about, your meaning, the meaning to life. You know there's more to it than where you're at now, right? And you're trying to get there. But you're trying to get there, you're trying to fast track it. Very impatient with everything that's going on. Okay? You're not showing any patience, any gratitude, even impatience for others. It's starting to mirror itself. There's so much impatience going on that the universe is literally starting to mirror it back to you. And I know this is not what a lot of you guys want to hear. Okay? I get it. I'm probably going to piss some people off with this. But I got to tell you what I see, feel, and hear. Okay? Or it does you no good for me to sit up here and just blow smoke up your ass. Okay, so your soul is calling. You're right about that. There are changes coming. Your soul wants bigger, better, and more for you, but you have to release the grip. You're stuck. That grip you have on on fearing change. I'm hearing fearing change. You have to loosen it up. You have to loosen it up. And you have to not try to, you're skipping, I'm hearing skipping steps. Okay, so I've got this before. You're skipping steps. There's things that you're skipping out on that you're missing because you're trying to fly past important lessons in life. Okay, to get to this soul's calling, to get to this change, you're missing out on some very important lessons, and your soul is saying, slow down, slow down. It's going to come. It's coming. I know you hear the call. Stop trying to fast track it. That's what I'm hearing. Stop trying to fast track it. Page of Wands. That's young, fast energy. And it could be, okay, yeah, it could be that you're young at heart, and this could just be how your energy is. You just have this young type of fast energy, fast movement, right? The energy around you is just fast. Like, it's very hard for you to stay patient about anything. Yeah, that Temperance card is really calling me right now. I'm sitting here listening. Slow down. Enjoy. Okay, I heard enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of getting there. There are lessons to learn. There are things to enjoy. There are lessons to go through. Enjoy the process. That's what I'm saying. Enjoy the process. You're here for a reason, Taurus. You came here for a reason, and you wanted to skip over some of those lessons, and the universe just can't let you do that. You're going to have to go through these lessons no matter what. Right? Okay. And then we have the Page of Swords that just came out. Another page. Okay. Gotcha. It's like the more information you take in, right? The more new information that you read about, watch on YouTube, on TV, whatever, look up. The more information you take in, the more anxiety you have. Right? The more information you're trying to find out about whatever this is you're trying to learn or become or believe, for some reason, it's filling you with more anxiety. Right? It's filling you with more anxiety and more of the feeling that you need to push past everything super fast. It's giving you more of the sense of impatience. What's up with the Page of Swords, please? Knight of Wands. Another fast-moving card. Knight of Wands. Very fast energy. Anything else? Knight of Swords. One of the fastest cards in the deck. Okay, got it. Ruled by Mercury. Like the planet energy's been coming through my last few readings that I've done. Okay, ruled by Mercury. The planet of communication. Ace of Wands. Card of knowing. You know what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done. And you know in what order it needs to happen. Okay? You know what needs to be done, and you know in what order it needs to occur. It needs to happen. There is a higher order communicating with you right now. Okay? We got death and rebirth here. So, a lot of you are going through, I'll go back to this awakening card. A lot of you are going through an awakening right now. Okay? An awakening to what? Whatever it is for you. Whatever you consider an awakening. Okay? A change in your beliefs. Realizing that reality isn't everything that you've been told or taught. Isn't everything that we made it out to be. There are things changing, shifting, growing on the inside and out. You have a higher order communicating with you right now, Taurus, okay? And some people could say it's your higher self, it's your angels, it's your guides, it's ETs, whatever you believe. This falls under your belief system, okay? God, Jesus, I don't know. It's whatever you believe it to be, okay? But it is communicating with you, and it's giving you signs, it's giving you guidance. Now, it cannot flat out tell you what to do. That's up to you. That's why you're here. That's why you chose to come here this day, this time. But you are getting information. You are getting guidance from a higher point of view. Okay? Six of Wands. When I said you're getting information from a higher point of view, the Six of Wands popped out. You are so in your head, hustle and bustle, no patience, trying to speed up the process, that you're not hearing what your higher guidance has to say, what your inner knowing has to say. You're not hearing it. You're not picking up on it. Anything else? A lot of the information is coming through your heart chakra. It's coming right through your heart chakra. The information is flowing directly to you. Hook, line, and sinker. Do not pass go. It's not coming from any other direction, up any other line of communication. It is flowing directly to your heart chakra. You know deep down in your heart what needs to be done. Why the refusal? Why are they refusing to listen? Because you know better. King of Wands. Because you know better. This is my hard ass energy, my way or the highway. When I said, why are they refusing to listen? Because you know better. Your way or the highway. You are very hard on yourself and others. You don't want anybody giving, you want to ask for the guidance and the advice, but you don't want to receive the guidance and the advice. Okay? You have to see, feel, and touch everything. It's very hard for you to believe in something that you cannot see, feel, or touch. I get it. You're an earth sign. Tangible. But this is why you're not hearing the guidance. You're not heeding the guidance. Even if you do hear it, you don't pay attention to it. It flows into one ear and out of the other. You let it go right on by. You may stop and listen for a second, and then you go on about your day. And you don't think anything else about it. Anything else for Taurus? We got the Chariot and the Ten of Pentacles. The Chariot is fast movement for me. Okay, and I always look at this tornado in the background. This tells me that whatever's about to happen, whatever energy shift is about to occur, it's going to be hectic, okay? And you got the Ten of Pentacles. Creature comforts, usually about home. What makes you comfortable is about to be stirred up, okay? Something's about to stir the pot. And I believe they're about to stir the pot because you won't listen, Taurus, okay? They're trying to give you guidance. They're trying to give you help, and you refuse to listen. You're begging for signs. You're begging for synchronicities. You're begging for advice. You don't know what to do. Your soul is calling, screaming out for help, but they can't get through your thick skull. And if this pisses some people off, oh well. But it's coming. It's coming in the form of a chariot. It's going to be chaos and upheaval. Your comforts, which means it's probably going to hit your home life. Okay? When you start feeling this uneasy energy, things seem to be falling apart. It's not. Things are falling into place. And this is the only way that the universe can get it through to you. Okay? Because your soul's screaming for something different, and it's going to get it. It's going to get it. You can try to stand in the way all you want. It's not going to work. Once the soul decides to evolve, move, shift energy, wants something different, wants to grow, it will. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. All right, so let's get, what cards do we want? Cards do we want? I'll pull one of these for you guys. And then we're going to call it on Taurus. Get a card of guidance, please, for Taurus. Card of guidance for our hard-headed Tauruses. Stubborn. That's the word. Stubborn Tauruses. Okay, and there we go. Avoiding pain. This is why you're trying to fast-track the situation. This is why you're trying to skip lessons. Okay? Avoiding pain. You've been sedating your soul with distractions and denial. But deep healing demands presence, not escape. What is our favorite pastime, our favorite form of escape this day and time? Scroll, scroll, scroll. This is, you have been trying to, remember when I told you you're trying to skip steps? You're moving too fast. You're missing lessons. This is it. Avoiding pain. So let me pull these cards back out. So next week, when the upheaval starts, right? When the upheaval starts at home, creature comforts, somewhere around where you live, the place you call home, the place you feel most comfortable is where this is going to happen, okay? Emotions are going to start coming up. They're going to start bubbling up and out, because that's what needs to happen before the energy can start to move, because you're trying to skip this step. So now the universe is saying, all right, we tried to do it the easy way. Well, guess what? Now we're going to have to do it the hard way. The soul wants evolution, and you're not letting it happen. So the universe is going to step in and do it for you. Right? You've got emotions that need to be processed. Unprocessed emotions need to come up and out. And usually it's in the form of tears. So expect to do a lot of crying, feel emotional, depressed, melancholy, sad, maybe grieving, the feeling of loss. All of the things, okay, are going to start coming up in the next week if they haven't started already. If they've already started, if they've started already and you don't know why, well, here's your answer. Okay? Here's your answer. You're processing stuck energy. You're processing stuck emotion. And you need to get it up and out before it turns into disease. And when it gets up and out, you'll start seeing energy move. It may not be as quick as you would like, because, I mean, from the looks of this, you're trying to speed through everything. So I'm sure it's not going to be as fast as you would like, but the energy will start moving. You will start noticing change. All right, Taurus, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Like I always say, it's a long, hard climb up that YouTube mountain. Doesn't cost a penny. Always helps the smaller channels out. And you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye. All right. Hello, Gemini. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Angela. This is a tarot reading channel. And if you haven't seen any of my videos, I see you feeling here through the cards, okay? And I give you the first thing that pops in my head. I don't try to get in the way. Now, during the Aries reading, I went ahead and channeled some words that maybe might resonate with a few of you guys. If so, let me know in the comments. And the words are bubble, tricks with an X, like trick cereal. I don't know. That could be relevant for somebody. Believe, scratch, or attach. That one flew by so fast that I misheard, and I'm not sure which one I heard, okay? Scratch or attach. And then during the Taurus reading, I heard home, okay, while I was doing the pre-shuffle. And for you guys, I also did a pre-shuffle, and we have cards that have already failed. This seems to be a running theme throughout the readings for next week, okay? So I asked for challenging situations and then cards of guidance. All right, let me get my thing set up here. Hold on. All right, Gemini, let's go. So let's look at what we got. All right, so first off, right off the bat, you have the Nine of Pentacles. You're looking around and you're saying, with this Nine of Pentacles, you're looking around and you're saying, I should be happy. I have all the things that would make the typical person happy in this reality, right? Nice home, nice car, nice family, whatever the case may be. Great job, career, whatever. I should be happy. But there's something about this soul that's wanting more. You're wanting more, and you can't understand why, right? You don't understand what's going on. You look around and you feel like I should be happy, but something's missing. Something is currently missing in your timeline, in your life, and you're trying to figure out what it is. You're not happy. And we also have miracles and trust that fell out of a deck during pre-shuffle. So miracles. Miracles are everywhere. Keep the faith, okay? And then we have trust. Trust your intuition. The universe guides you. So the trust card is the one I want to focus on. You feel like you should be happy, but your soul is screaming, something's not right. There's more. Okay? Your intuition is telling you there's something more. What is happening? So let's dig into it, Gemini, okay? And that card is saying, follow your intuition. If you feel like something's off, that there is more, that this isn't all that can be, this is not what you want your legacy to be. And I gave Taurus almost the same reading. It's got the same feel to it. You're wanting more. There's something more, something different. Your soul's calling for something that you don't have yet, right? All right. Can we get more information, please, for Gemini? Cards of guidance. Soul calling. I'm hearing soul calling. So, yeah, your soul's doing something, Gemini. I don't know. Let's dig in. Let's see. All right. Oh, we have the Ace of Swords here. So, for some of you guys, there could be... Okay, this has to do... That's new. Okay. I heard higher education. So for some of you guys, you've already had your higher education. Like you're in your career. You went to school and now you're in the career, your chosen field. But you want more. This isn't the end of the road for you. You're saying, I made a wrong turn. You think that you've made a mistake. In whatever chosen field you've gone into, you've made a mistake. You've made a mistake. And the higher learning card, the higher learning, higher learning. I'm hearing higher learning. So you've either made a mistake with, if some of you guys went to college or whatever you had to do to get into the profession you're in, you feel like you've made a mistake. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords, lots of anxiety going on, the Queen of Cups. Some of you guys could be very emotional about this right now, and that crown chakra is pulling my attention. So yeah, that falls into with the intuition. You're getting downloads that, okay, you're in one arena of life, okay, whatever, and I feel like it's a profession. It's got to do with your job, your career. You're in one area of life, Gemini. You're doing this one thing to make your money, to pay your bills. But you're getting downloads of something else. Something else is coming through. Your soul is calling on something else. It wants you to pull in this other, pull in something from another timeline. What am I hearing right now? What is this? There's more. I'm hearing there's more. Your soul wants you to take some kind of leap, Gemini. If somebody's resonating with this, let me know in the comments. You're getting these strange downloads or ideas of something else you could be doing in life, another way to make money, and you're not understanding where it's coming from. Because you spent all this time in this one area, like going to college, getting your degrees, in this one area of life to work in, to make your money in, that you thought was the right path for you. But now something has changed, something has switched, energy has moved, and your soul is now bringing in different ideas. A more creative path. That's what I just heard. A more creative path. It wants you to start doing something more creative with your time. Now, does that mean quit your career today and start painting? No, I'm just saying you're getting the download, so you know what it is. It wants you to start doing something more creative with your time. The extra hours or minutes of the day that you have, okay, the extra hours, minutes of the day that you have where you're scrolling on your phone, no, stop doing that. Do something more creative. Your soul is giving you these downloads for a reason. Your higher self is pushing something else through. It may be coming to you in dreams. I'm hearing something about dreams. So some of you may be having these weird dreams where you're doing something else in life. And your soul is actually trying to get in, it's trying to make you listen. It's trying to help you see that there's another path, there's another way. Maybe some of you guys aren't happy in your chosen field right now. You don't understand what's going on. You were happy at one time, but you're not happy now. Something's happened. It's because your soul is evolving. There's an evolution of your soul. Your soul came here to learn certain things, right? There's certain lessons to go through. And when you went into this chosen field, for whatever it is, I don't know what it could be right now, but when you went into that chosen field, you've learned those lessons. Now it's time to move on. It's time to switch things up. And you're feeling it. You're feeling the calling in your heart. You're feeling the pull to find something different, right? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is seeds. Some of you guys are understanding what you're feeling. You're understanding the calling. You're getting it. And you're starting to plant these seeds of creativity. Yeah, you're understanding that your soul wants you to grow and evolve. You get it. But there's some of you guys that are stuck. Some of you Geminis aren't understanding what's happening right now. So your soul is actually breaking. I heard breaking. Breaking rules, breaking the timeline. So some of you guys' soul is literally breaking timelines. Does that make sense? Has anybody else ever heard of that? I've never heard of that. That's the first I've heard that. Is breaking timelines. You are literally breaking timelines right now. Wow, Gemini. So if you feel, okay, so if you feel like days are flying by, you're losing days, you're losing hours, you don't remember what happened last week, time's flying, you might think it's Wednesday and it's really only Monday, like your time's getting all screwed up, that's why. I keep hearing breaking timelines, and I'm wondering if that's equivalent to how we say jumping timelines, right? You're jumping timelines, Gemini. If y'all understand this, let me know in the comments. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling here, okay? Seven of Cups. Yeah, like I said, a lot of you guys could be very confused about what's happening right now, right? You know you want something different. You know you want something more, but you don't know what it is. You can't figure out what's happening. Where's all these ideas coming from? Where's all this pull, this need to do something different in life? Interesting, Gemini. Very interesting. But some of you guys do understand. Some of you guys know exactly what I'm saying right now, Gemini. Wow. Okay. 10 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. Okay. 10 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. And I feel like this 10 of Cups, it came out reversed, and I feel like it is reversed. So see, I don't read. Uh-oh, I'm losing cards. Mayday. I don't read because they're upside down. I go reverse if I feel it, okay? And this is a reverse meaning right now. While the 10 of Cups is normally a happy card, a happy relationship card, a happy home card, that's not the case right now. You're feeling very boxed in as far as home life goes. It could have something to do with your soul trying to guide you on this different path. I'm feeling like, and I had this come through a while ago, but I didn't understand exactly where it was heading, okay? I heard this a while ago. Some people in your family are not going to understand this. Maybe your partner, maybe your kids, a parent, I don't know. There's somebody in your family that's not going to understand what you mean by this. It's going to cause a problem, okay? Heads up for the Gemini that are getting these hits, these downloads, these pulls for something more. When you go to discuss it with your family, your partner, your kids, like I said, your parents, whatever, they're not going to understand. They're not going to understand. They're not going to want you to give up that good career, that good job, that good home life that you have to chase something uncertain. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it out like that, to chase something uncertain. You're going to get pushback, Gemini. But the universe is saying they have your back. Your soul has your back. The universe has your back. You got the Fool card sitting here. That is a new journey. That card for me says jump and don't worry about the net. Okay, so once you figure it out, because some of you guys are very confused. Yeah, I felt that at the beginning of the reading. A lot of confusion over these quote unquote downloads you're getting. These emotional pulls and drives that you're feeling for something new, something better, something more. Okay, for the ones that do understand where it's coming from and you do understand where you want to go with it, the universe definitely has your back. And for the ones that don't understand, you don't get it yet, you don't understand what's going on, you're confused, you're having all these weird dreams and emotions and just... I'm feeling this push-pull energy, like you may understand it one day, but then the next day, you're lost. You're lost. You don't know what's happening. The family thing's coming through strong right now, so just remember that you're going to need to talk to your family about this major transformation in your life, okay? And it does involve other people. Okay, other people are involved in this, especially if you have a partner, you have kids. Yes, there are other people to consider, okay? So you need to discuss this with your family. And I hope this isn't the case for most of y'all, but there's going to be some of y'all where the family does not understand. And you're going to have to really hold your ground, okay? Hold your ground. Don't let them sway you. Hold your ground. You know what you're feeling. You know what your soul needs and wants. And it's saying, lesson learned in wherever you're at now. The lesson has been learned, okay? It needs you to move on. Page of Wands. I've seen 2 other cards flip. Hold on, you guys. Oh, yeah, the lonely card. Okay. Just talked about that. All right. We got the Page of Wands. That's young, fast energy. Yeah. Your family is going to be like, and I'm not saying that you're old. That's not what I mean. I'm not calling you old, but that may be one of the excuses, barriers, things that your family throws out when you go to discuss this with them, if they haven't already. You know, you're older, you know better. Why are you putting yourself through this? Why are you trying to do this certain thing? You've worked so hard in the company you're in, the life we've built, you know, just don't let it get to you, okay? When they throw that energy out, don't let it get to you. You stand fast in what you know. 7 of Swords, that's sneaky. Usually that's sneaky energy. I don't believe it's actually sneaky energy. I don't believe this is exactly sneaky energy right now to me. This is new. This is something new coming through with this card. I believe this is your energy, and For the Gemini that do understand what's happening right now, you are feeling that call, that push, that pull, that desire, and you do know where it's coming from, and you know it's for your soul and for more growth and lessons and for your soul's evolution. I don't think you're being sneaky. I think you're just not telling people right now, right? I guess sneaky would be another way to put it, but you're trying to figure things out on your own before you bring it to the world, right? Before you go discussing it with your partner or your kids or your parents. You're trying to make sure that you have a handle on things. And I don't think it's necessarily sneakiness. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? This card for me is all about loneliness. When I see this card, I think of walking alone, right? It's a path that you're going to have to take by yourself, right? Some things may have to fall to the wayside as you take this path, okay? You may have to downsize in your house, downsize your vehicle, forego the fancy coffee every morning or cut back on the internet, something. There's going to be some things that I have to cut back on to actually achieve this evolution, okay? Now, once you achieve it, it's all going to be well worth it, okay? Because, again, it's for your soul's growth. There's nothing that is for your soul's growth that is not worth it. But for the meantime, for a little while, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to forego, okay, to make this happen. For some of you, not for all of you, okay? There's going to be some things that you're going to have to do without and that your family's going to have to do without. And I think that's going to be another issue. Oh, yeah. I can feel it. Oh, you guys. Oh, Gemini. I think that's going to be part of the issue when you go to discuss this with your family. You know, let me give you an example. You could be a lawyer somewhere. I don't know. You're a lawyer. You went to school for years to be a lawyer. You know, all the tests, the bar exam, everything you had to do. You went to college for years. You have a successful business now as a lawyer, making a great living, living in a big house, great cars, lots of money, doing what you want, vacations, you have a yacht, all of the things, okay? All of the things. And you go to your family one day and say, look, I'm having a calling. I don't know where it's coming from. I feel like it's deep down in my soul. Well, right then, you're probably going to get some side eyes, okay? But I feel like it's deep down in my soul. I want to be a painter. I want to be an artist. I want to be a sculptor. I want to be a musician. I want to something creative like that your soul is yearning for. And some of you guys, like I said, your family's not going to understand. Okay, point blank. I'm sorry, your family's not going to understand. And you're going to get some pushback. But as long as you stand your ground and stand up for your soul's evolution, everything will be fine. Okay, everything will be fine. And remember, some things you will have to cut back on. And I believe that's going to be another issue within the family. Okay? And I'm speaking, like I'm telling you everything I'm hearing right now. And this is going to start coming around sometime next week if it hasn't already. Some of you Geminis can already understand what I'm saying. It's already here. Some of this energy moves early for some people. It does for me and it does for my partner. We feel these energy shifts early. Some people feel them later. Some people feel them right on time. It just depends on your birth chart. And for some of you guys, you're going through this now or you're going to go through this start. The energy's going to start moving around next week. Anything else for our Gemini? And then we have another Pentacle card. 10 of Pentacles. Okay? That's your creature comforts. That's what I just got out of my mouth. And it is a reverse card this time also. There's going to be some things that you're going to have to let go of in order to make this happen. Okay, Gemini? But don't do it. Don't release it with fear. And don't release it with dread and sadness. Release it with joy. Release it with thankfulness. It's helping your soul evolve. Right? If you say you got to let's just say you got to downsize in your vehicle. You got to get a different vehicle. Downgrade. Release that old vehicle with joy. It gave you good times. You were happy to have it. You loved driving in luxury. But now it's time for it to fall to the wayside because it's no longer serving you in your new endeavors. Okay? It's time for you to downsize. Get a different car. And the money you're going to save is going to help you reach this soul's desire. Okay? Reach this soul's desire. That's just an example. I'm not saying that's going to happen for all you guys. No. That's just an example of some of the things that might occur. Okay. All right. Let's get your card out of here. Then I will cut it off for Gemini. It's actually really great energy, Gemini. Okay. Really great energy. Your soul is evolving. You are getting the hits left and right. That something is no longer right. Something doesn't feel right. You need to move on. You're yearning for bigger and better lessons in life. Your soul is for evolution. All right. Card of guidance, please, for our Geminis. Oh, you got two here. And I thought I seen something. Let me make sure there's not another flip card in here. This deck is hard to. Okay, I don't think so. All right. So we have Trailblazer and Feel to Heal. Trailblazer and Feel to Heal. All right, let's start with Trailblazer. When you walk into the unknown, you teach others what's possible. Will you be brave enough to be the first? That is exactly what we just discussed. You cannot make this shit up, Gemini. This is exactly what we just talked about. You're going into the unknown. You're going from one thing, from one soul's desire, from years ago, past beliefs, soul desire, whatever. You're going from there to something new, a new future, new desires, right? Your soul's new lessons, new karma. You're going into something new. You're a trailblazer. And you're going in knowing that something's happening, but you're going into the unknown, that fool's journey. You don't know what's going to happen. And if you have kids, this is a great thing. This is a great opportunity to teach them to jump into the fray, right? Don't be scared. Don't be scared to grow and evolve. Listen to your soul. Don't follow the trend. And it's okay to pivot. It's okay to change your mind. And everything is still going to be okay. You're going to be fine. You're going to be more than fine. As long as you're following your soul's path and your soul's journey and your soul's calling, your soul's evolution, you can't go wrong. Okay? It's going to be fine. And then we have Feel to Heal. The wound you release to feel is the wound that the wound you refuse to feel is the wound that refuses to heal. But pain buried alive never dies. So there's some of y'all that need to release some energy. You need to release some trauma. I talked about this in another video. I have some shorts that I put out about it. In the next week, if you haven't already, you're going to have these emotions bubbling up out of nowhere. You need to let them bubble. Let them bubble and come up and out. Usually they come out in tears. This is releasing stuck trauma, stuck energy. Okay, aka trauma. We call it trauma. It's really lessons. You're releasing stuck energy. Okay. Our bodies weren't meant to hold all this old negative energy, right? Whatever it is, it needs to come up and out. So when the energy starts moving, okay, when your soul's evolution starts, energy is going to start moving. Old things are going to start coming up because you have to get rid of the old to make room for the new. And that's exactly where you're heading, Gemini, into the new. Okay, new energy, new experiences. So you're going to have to release some of the old. Old feelings are going to come up. Let them come up and out. Let them come up and cry them out. You're washing them away. Release them with love and thankfulness and gratitude and transmute them. Let them go. Use them for good. Okay? If it hasn't started already, it's around the corner. All right, Gemini, I think that's it. You guys have a great, wonderful day. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. It is a long, hard climb up that YouTube mountain. Doesn't cost a penny. Doesn't cost a dime. And it helps small creators out, such as myself. I think that's it. Yes. Okay. All right. Happy trails, Gemini. You guys have a great, wonderful day. Bye.